A fourth axis rotary unit unlocks a new dimension of manufacturing capabilities. And in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of our SmartPlate, which quite literally takes rotary units to a whole new level. Adding a fourth axis rotary to your machine allows you to harness not just the X and Y travels of your machine, but also the cubic volume of your machine's capabilities. This makes different types of work holding devices possible, such as our RotoVice Pro, in order to hold multiple parts with access to multiple faces per cycle. It's a huge production boost. But there are two major problems with most rotary units. The first is that they have a center line that's too close to the table, which can rob you of valuable rotational clearance. In my experience, the even bigger problem is that the bodies of the rotary units themselves take up valuable X table space, which limits travels for other setups. If you can relate to this, our SmartPlate is a perfect accessory. Let's take a closer look. Now, out of the box, the SmartPlate is designed to be bolted to machine tables with T-slot center spacings of 80, 100, and 125 millimeters. The SmartPlate allows you to reposition your rotary unit in two key directions. First of all, it gives you nearly 4 extra inches of diametrical capacity, but the biggest gains are when you place the SmartPlate at the edge of the table and then position the rotary unit to the far right end of the SmartPlate, which allows the majority, if not all, of the rotary unit's body to sit outside of the machine's travel. This means you may never have to go through the cumbersome process of removing the rotary from the table because of that one job that requires a little extra travel. Let me give you a quick overview and then I'll show you how to get it installed. Now here on the left-hand side is a series of tapped holes. That's going to be for your center bolt located just below the rotary platter. Now, to account for the varying widths of rotary units, we've added a T-slot to the right-hand side and have supplied a T-nut with a 1/2-13 thread. Since this will most likely live on your table for a long time, I like to clean, stone, and protect the table with a water displacing fluid such as BoShield T9. Next, slide 4 T-nuts into place with a rough spacing of about 4 inches. Then place the SmartPlate on the table and get the bolts started in the T-nuts. Now we're going to slide the SmartPlate about halfway off the table with an overhang of 4-inch 650 off the edge. We'll tighten this back left bolt and finger tighten the rest. Then use a dial test indicator on this left edge and get it square within a few thousandths. The final indication will be done once we mount our rotary unit. Now that that's done, let's decide on our rotary placement. To maximize swing clearance, position the rotary platter so it overhangs this face. To maximize X travel, put it as far to the right as you can. In this example, we're going to maximize swing clearance for use with our RotoVice Pro. Start by pre-threading a bolt into one of the tapped holes and then move the rotary into place. Once verified, use the included T-nut on the right side and finger tighten the bolt. Now tighten the left bolt snugly. This will create a pivot point as we do a final indication of the rotary platter. Once indicated, tighten the right side bolt, double check squareness one more time, and you're done. Solve the problem of limited clearance and get your travels back with the SmartPlate by Pierson Workholding. Now, go innovate your production.